Welcome to It's True What? The channel where curiosity is our compass and knowledge our destiny. Today we're going to explore an iconic image we all have in mind when we think of the Vikings. Is it true that they wore helmets with horns? Hello everyone, I'm Mivo, and in today's episode, we'll dive into history to find out if the fearsome Viking warriors really did wear those famous horned helmets, or if it's just an invention of popular culture. The image of the Viking with a horned helmet is ubiquitous in books, movies, and statues. But where does this idea come from? Is it historically accurate, or is it a myth that has been perpetuated over time? The idea that Vikings wore horned helmets was popularized in the 19th century, largely thanks to Richard Wagner's opera, The Ring of the Nibelung. Costume designers of the time created these horned helmets to give a more dramatic and majestic look to the Norse characters. Wagner and his era were key to the creation of the modern image of the Vikings. Horned helmets have no real historical basis, but were a stylistic device that became an enduring symbol. Historical and archaeological evidence. Archaeological evidence tells a different story. To date, no Viking helmet with horns has been found. The actual helmets that have been unearthed are much simpler and functional, designed to protect the head in combat. Horns would have been a nuisance and even dangerous. In reality, the Viking helmets unearthed are generally made of iron, with a rounded shape and no ornaments such as horns. They were practical and effective, designed for warfare, not for ornamentation or intimidation with horns. The image of the horned Viking has remained in popular culture because of its strong visual impact. Although historically inaccurate, this depiction has been adopted and perpetuated at modern events and in the entertainment industry. We all know that once an image becomes iconic, it is difficult to undo. Despite historical evidence to the contrary, horned helmets are part of the collective imagination about the Vikings, and are likely to remain so. The Vikings were undoubtedly formidable warriors and skilled seafarers, but their actual appearance was very different from what the movies have shown us. Helmets, when they wore them, were simple, and most of the time, they went into battle with leather helmets or no helmets at all. The Vikings were undoubtedly formidable warriors and skilled seafarers, but their actual appearance was very different from what the movies have shown us. Helmets, when they wore them, were simple, and most of the time, they went into battle with leather helmets or no helmets at all. The Vikings relied more on their agility and skill in combat than on heavy armor or ornate helmets. They were pragmatic in their approach to warfare, and everything they wore had a practical purpose. So, is it true that the Vikings wore horned helmets? The historical and archaeological evidence tells us no. Although this image has been immortalized in popular culture, the real Vikings preferred functionality over ornamentation. What do you think? Is it true that Vikings wore horned helmets? Leave us your opinion in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more enlightening content on It's True What?